Good afternoon, everyone. Good day. This is Donnie with Standing Goats Rescue. This is a review video. Guys, we got a new company that we're working with. I'm going to be doing a lot of reviews and tests of their products as time goes by. This first item they sent me, for me, this is a game changer. This is the Brinyte T28 Artemis flashlight. For those of you that are hunting, you're outdoorsmen, people who have farms, we use it. We have used it a couple of times at the house. I just got it a couple of days ago, trying to get familiar with this light. But I wanted you to see this thing. I don't know how well you can see it. It's a beautiful light. It's got three different colors. You got white, you got red, and you got green. On your white light, your lumens are from 360 up to 650. On your red light, the lumens are 55 lumens up to 140. And your green light, your lumens are from 70 up to 130. Runtime on the white setting is roughly 135 minutes, a little over 2 hours. On the red setting, it's 220 minutes, which is almost 4 hours. And then on your green light, it's 270 minutes, which is it's getting up there. Beam distance for this light, and the white one, 525 meters, which is roughly 575 yards. 255 meters or 275 yards on the red light, and on the green it's 340 meters or 370 plus yards. The intensity of this light on the white is 69,600 plus CD, and I don't know what CD means, you guys, I'm sorry. The red light is 16,480. The green light is 29,160. Impact resistance, if you drop this light, it should be safe up to about 3 feet, 3.5 feet off the ground. IP66 waterproof. Rating is 3 to 4.2 volt working. That's the working voltage of the battery. This thing has a rechargeable battery in it. It is a 21700 rechargeable, and I'm going to show you all of that. Made out of aircraft grade aluminum. That is the 6061 T6 Type 3 military hard anodized anti-abrasive finished aluminum. It's tricolor rotating head, a little over 7 ounces total weight on it. But let me move the camera. I'm going to set the camera up to where you guys can see. I'm going to take this thing out of the box. I want you to see this light. This thing is quite amazing, and what it comes with, for me, for what I do in the outdoors, this is a game changer. And for any of you, especially if you're into predator hunting, whether it be wild pigs or coyotes, things that you're hunting at night, this light here is going to benefit you greatly. And I'm going to show you in just a second how you're going to be benefited from it. Let me change the camera positions, and we're going to get this thing, show you what we got, and I'll wait until tonight when it gets dark, and I'm going to show you just how bright this light is. It's incredible, and you get a 5-year warranty, 2 plus 3-year warranty for a total of 5 years. All right, this is the box. When you order this light, it'll come in a shipping box. Once you open that box, this is what you have here. And this is really, it's a nice light. Yes, it is made in China, but I'm a firm believer from experience that anything involving technology, and even these lights, is China made is usually, the technology is just far better. Let me move that up there. I'm parked at an angle so everything's sliding off. Get a nice box with this thing to keep it stored in. There's the logo for the company, Brinyte. Once you open it, you get a real nice little information packet, and it just gives you basic rundown, you know, how to operate it. Got your warranty card, got a nice little metal clip and a little piece of braided rope. I mean, they really put a lot of effort into this. The packaging, everything about this, they really put effort into. The box, I'm going to keep this box. It'll be stored in this box the entire time that I have it if I'm not using it. Got a nice heavy foam insert here. I mean, I could chunk this out the window of the car and I don't think it's going to hurt the light. There's magnets in the box, so when you do close it, did you hear it close? I mean, it stays shut. This is the light. Let me show you this, and then I'll show you the accessories. This is the light. The T28 Artemis by Brinyte. There's your lens. You can see your 3 different lights in there. This is your selector, green, white, or red light. Your lens, you can have a full flood. You turn it, I believe, to the left, and it's a full wide flood, and the light is very even. It doesn't have a bright center, and it fades to the outside. The entire beam is bright, equally bright. This little dial at the back, this knob, you press it in and hold it for a couple of seconds, the light powers on. You can turn this little knob right here, rotate it to make it brighter or dimmer. And then to power it off, you just press it once and it powers off. When you get your light, open this end cap right here. It has an O-ring right there in it to keep it waterproof. You need to remove this tab right here or the light's not going to work. All right, this is the battery that you're getting. It's a 21700 battery made by Brinyte, if I'm not mistaken. I know you can get these batteries from Brinyte, but I believe Streamlight also makes them. This particular battery has a Type-C charging port right there. When you plug your charger up, it has a light that you'll see through the top right here, a red light. You let it charge until the light turns green, and it does not take long. If you wear out the O-ring by, removing it and charging it, they thought this through, and they provide you with extra O-rings. That is such a fine light, you guys. I really like it. All right, in your packaging here, you get your charging cable. This is to charge your battery. You have to remove the battery to charge it. There's no other way to charge that. You get a nice lanyard to put around the end of your light, so you could put that over your hand and you not lose it. You get your package here of 2 extra O-rings. If you tear the O-ring by taking it out, if you use it daily, you're going to wear out the O-ring just charging it. So they thought that through and they sent you 2 extras. If you're going to use this light on a daily basis, I would highly recommend going to your hardware store and picking you up 8 or 10 more O-rings just to keep on hand. Now this is where it makes this light a game changer for me. You remove your end cap that has your dial on it, your power on and off, and you screw this in place of it. Peel this sticky off right here. You can mount this on your firearm, you guys. You can get the mount to mount that on your firearm. And this right here, you peel this, it's sticky, you stick it to your forend or wherever you want it at on your firearm so that you don't have to move your hands to power the light on and off. It has a power button right here. You can dim it, you can brighten it. You'll have to select on the light if you want to use the green, the white, or the red light. You have to select that on here. But you control it, power on and off, and your intensity with this. Now your flood mode, you'll have to adjust that by hand, get it where you want it and leave it there. And this right here, you can make it super bright or you can dim it, but you'll have that on your firearm to where when you're up there holding it, if you mount it on the opposite side of your forend, just as an example, on an AR-15, you can reach around, you're holding your forend, your buttons are right here. Power button, dim it, brighten it. It's all right there. And this little sticky that they provided is Velcro and it's tough. It's very stout. It's got the glue strip. There's a piece already attached to your control panel here that stays on it. So when you get home, you can just peel it off the Velcro and you can store that so you don't have to keep it mounted on your firearm. The only thing that'll remain on the firearm will be this little bitty strip of Velcro. But I'm going to, we're going to have to wait till the sun goes down this evening because I want you guys to see the intensity of this light. But I'll show you. Let me turn this thing on right quick. I think I've got it. All right, you just press this button in, lights off, and you hold it right here. All right, now your light's on. That's the dim setting. You could turn that thing up, and I mean that thing is it's bright. Turn it back down. All right, there's your red light. And again, you can brighten it. I mean, it's just about blinding. I can't look at it. I got my eyes closed right now. All right, let's go to the white, green. The green light, I've used it last night, and you can see very easily out to a couple of 100 yards. I mean, it is not an issue with this thing. And then just one touch of your power button, and it's off. That easy. This thing feels incredible. It's not a big light. I mean, you guys can see the size of it. I've got big hands. It does have a big lens here, but this right here, it feels so good in the hands, and it's all metal. All of this is metal. It's not plastic. Even your switch here is aluminum. I did not know that. Yeah, that's aluminum too. But what a fine light. And this is the Brinyte T28 Artemis. I love it. Absolutely love it. Well, guys, stand by a minute, and we're going to show you what this thing, how bright this light is at night. We're going to take it out tonight when the sun goes down. It'll only be a few seconds for you to where you could see this thing in action and see just how fine of a light it is. The battery lasts a long time, you guys. I'm going to tell you, I used it for quite a long time last night, and we just set it down. I turned it on the green light. We had it powered all the way up, and I let it sit about 30 minutes, and then I walked over to get it. I left it out back, and it was just as bright as it was when I first turned it on. Now, I charged it one time. I have not recharged it, so tonight what you're going to see is going to be after I've used it for probably an hour and a half. I'm not going to recharge it. I'm going to let you see it in real time with it having about a half charge. But if you're interested in picking up this light or any other products that Brinyte offers, I will have the link for their company, their store, in the description below this video. There will also be a discount code that they have so kindly offered us for all of us to be able to get us a discount on the products that they sell. So please, if you're looking for a good light, I believe this is going to be in line with Streamlight, if not better. I really, really love this light. I will definitely be getting more as time goes. They're going to be sending me units to test throughout the year, but I'm probably going to purchase a couple of different ones also. We got a discount code. We get a discount on what we purchase from them, and I'm absolutely going to take advantage of it. So make sure, if you're shopping for a light, we're in the holiday season. If you're looking to get one for Christmas for a loved one, please check out Brinyte. Use the discount code, save you a few bucks on it. Maybe you can take the money that you saved and pick up some extra batteries or something of the sort. But y'all stand by. Let's see what this thing does when the sun's down. Here we go. Alright guys, the sun is down. Trying to get away from the street light out there in the front. We do live on a highway, so I apologize in advance for the highway noise. I'm going to go back here in the back where the goats are at. But I want to show you this light. This is the Brinyte T28 Artemis. Get around here where I can see. Alright, I'm here in the back. As you guys can see, it's very dark. You can see a couple lights out through the trees across the lake out there. Night sky, nothing but stars. All right, let's show you how this works. To power this thing on, the power button is at the rear of the light. You press it and hold it for just a couple of seconds. And there it is. All right, this is the lowest setting. This is on the spotlight mode. That is the focus being dialed all the way in. You turn the focus adjustment, which is on the front of the light where your lens is at, and you get this nice beautiful round floodlight pattern. Now I want to show you the intensity. This is the lowest setting, power setting. Let's crank her on up. All right, that is the highest setting. This is flood mode. Let me show you. Look at that. This light is incredible. And the entire beam, I looked at some footage. This is the third time I'm filming this particular clip. In the video, it looks like there's a bright ring, like a halo out here around the outside edge of the light. I'm not seeing it with my eyes, but I'm definitely seeing it on film. But the light is solid. It looks like just a big round ball of light, and it's all evenly, the light is even. But the flood pattern on this is absolutely impressive. I mean, that, good gracious, that is a really wide beam. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to dial it in now. I'm going in to spotlight mode. When you get all the way into spotlight mode, it projects a square beam. Hey baby, let me show you. If you could see that, it has a square beam. That's dialed all the way in. You back it out just a little bit, you have a round beam, and then of course you keep dialing it up and it gets larger and larger. Sorry about the dogs. Let me move. Maybe they won't see me, maybe they won't bark. I apologize for the dogs. What a crazy light. This thing is insane. I love it. It is so bright. All right, now I've got it dialed back in. Hey little girl. We have a square, you see the square beam. Now I'm going to turn the knob on the rear, the back end of the light, where your power button is a multifunction knob. You press it in and hold it for a couple of seconds to power the light on. You press it once and it powers the light off. You turn it and it brightens your beam and lowers the beam. It adds or takes away voltage. All right, folks, sorry about that. Had to get the dogs inside. The barking was getting quite loud. All right, get back to where we was at. All right, light intensity is at the rear. That is your power button and your light intensity button. You press it on, press it again to turn it off. You turn it, you twist that button, and that adds more voltage to your light. Now, let's change over. I'm going to show you these color modes. Here's our green light. This is the lowest setting. Now we'll turn it up to the fog light. Full fog light mode is right there. Now let's add some intensity to it. That is just insane. It is so bright. You guys, this thing is crazy bright. I don't know how well you can see it up in the trees up there, but it is just an incredibly bright light. All right, I'm going to zoom in out there across over the fence back there in the back. That patch right there is about 70 yards from me. Those oak trees right there. I'm not going to shine it too high. There is an airplane passing over right there, and I don't want to aim it at the plane. This is the green light. And for those of you that are hunters and you're trying to get to and from your tree stand without alerting the game, that's where the red light and the green light comes into play. Your deer, your the majority of the wildlife, the game that we hunt, cannot see green or red, with the exception of turkeys. Turkeys can absolutely see color. All right, this is the dimmest set, and I'm shining it on her because she is white, and it makes it much brighter. You have 3 settings: green, white, and red. We're going to go past white straight to red. There we go. There's the red setting, and that is the lowest setting on red, and that is on your spotlight mode. And now I'm going to crank it up. I don't know if you guys can see how bright that is. It is just insane how bright it is. This is the red mode. And again, shining out there across that, over the fence back there in the back. Now we turn it to flood, and it engulfs everything in red light. That is just crazy. This is absolutely my favorite light that I've had, and this is including my stream light. The stream light, my pop gave it to me as a Christmas gift many years ago, and he's passed on now, and we had to replace the battery in it 2 or 3 years ago, and it's a very bright light. It is a law enforcement model, and we use it for the farm. I used to take it to the woods with me hunting, but I had to go and buy some automotive tail light repair tape to put over the lens of that light to make the beam red so I wouldn't spook the deer. Now that they sent me this one to do the testing on, this review, I will not be using the stream light anymore. Look at that beam right there. All right, there's the spot beam. Let's get it out there. I mean, you can see how well it lights some trees up back there, some big oak trees. Now let's go to the flood mode with the white light. I want you guys to be to see for yourself just the intensity of this thing. It's crazy how bright this is. And no, I'm not doing any type of editing with this footage. I want you to see it exactly how I'm seeing it. Now, it may appear a little differently because it's on video. You're not seeing it in real time. But I want you to... It's hard to put it... to show you guys. I mean, look how bright that is. That is just... it's crazy how bright it is. Now, I'm in the highest setting, the highest power setting. Let's go to the red light. Look how bright that red light is. And I'm a little over a foot from the light with my hand, and I can feel the heat coming off that light. Now we'll go to the green light, and again, same thing. So bright, I'm having a hard time looking at it on my hand. It's actually hurting my eyes, and there's a lot of heat coming out of that. All right, I filmed the light modes that you just seen at night, and I didn't realize how dim the light looked, but I want to show you, this is what I'm filming with. That's an action camera, a little tiny action camera. It does not have much in regards to night vision settings, night modes, low light settings. It's very minimal on it. It's an action camera. It's not designed to film at night. So I apologize for how low quality the light appears to be on film, but I assure you, the light on that light, the actual the lumen output is incredible. It's super bright, super bright. And even in the low setting, you can see, especially if you're in total darkness, the lowest setting has a tremendous amount of light. It's hard to actually show you guys how much light that thing's putting out when I'm filming with a little camera like this. This camera's not designed for night filming. It's a daytime action camera, and it just doesn't have much in regards to low light settings. I do not have a camera that can film in low light. But anyhow, I just wanted you guys to know the light is 100 times brighter than what you guys had just seen in that clip. All right, I want to give you all an idea of how the other power supply that they provide, that Brinyte provides to mount this light to your firearm, your weapon. You can mount it to a bow on your stabilizer. There's unlimited options where to mount it. But what they don't provide, they do not provide the actual mount that secures the light to your firearm. It would be impossible for them to do that because of the variance of different firearms and the attachments required to attach a light. A lot of them use like a Weaver style of Picatinny type rail. Some of them are Q-lock, there's M-lock, there's so many different types. I had a mount. It's actually part of a mount to mount a phone to the scope of your firearm to film your hunt, self-film. And I took a piece of that gadget and I used it. This is just for illustration purposes, and we're going to call this a projectile slinger because of YouTube will flag me for using certain terminology. And so this is my projectile slinger. And I just want to show you this mount that I put on this. This part here is not offered by Brinyte. This is something that I already had. But I'm just doing this just to show you. This is the attachment that they give you. It replaces your power button. And you have a coiled up. I looped it around the knob just to get it out of the way so you guys can see a little better. I did not attach the power strip. I used zip ties because I am not going to attach this light to this projectile slinger. But I wanted to show you, there's your buttons, power button, and then your increase of light intensity, your decrease. You hit the power button and it's instant, it's on, and you hit and hold the lower intensity and see where it lowered it. I'm sorry about the flickering, that's due to the 50 hertz that I'm filming in and the light runs at 60. Now I'll hit the increase button. Now I'm raising the brightness, and that's if I shine it straight at you. Now the only thing you cannot do is change your color modes for your light. In order to do that, it's right here on the light. Just reach down and flick it over. There's your green, white, red. Just flick it where you want it and you control it with your button here. You don't need it, turn it off. You need it, hit the button. If you need a bright light, I have to look at it because my fingers are numb due to a neck injury. My hands don't have feeling in them, so I have to look to see where the buttons are. But it's that simple, you guys. You peel the back of this off. It has Velcro on it. You got the male and female side of the Velcro. It's like hook and loop. One side, you peel the back off, you stick it to your firearm where you want your power control to be. The other side is already attached to your power strip. Figure out the style mount that you need to mount this light, the T28 Artemis by Brinyte, to your projectile slinger or your bow. And that part, the mount itself, you're going to have to find. There's so many different variations for different style projectile slingers that there's no way they could create one for everything. It's impossible. So figure out which one that you need to mount your light onto your projectile slinger. And once you mount it, it's there. IP66 waterproof rating. You don't have to worry about the weather messing with it. Yes, I have had it out in the rain, and we've had it out all day. It was in my vest for approximately 9 hours, and we were in the rain the entire time. I actually fell into a slough off the river just above my belt line. it went underwater for 3 or 4 seconds until I was able to get out, and it didn't bother it at all. No water got inside. When I got up on the bank, I did disassemble it to make sure no water was on the inside of it, and it's bone dry. Didn't harm it at all. Apologize for the airplanes overhead. We're under a flight path for the airport. But anyhow, I just wanted to give you guys an example of how you can mount this, where this particular attachment will come in hand. Let me I'm going to take this off right quick while we're doing this. This is the little old cheap mount that I have. That's all it is to it. And all you have to do, let me stop the recording so I can cut this zip tie off. Okay, I just want to show you right quick how easy it is. There's your power strip, your on and off button in the center, and then your increase and decrease in light intensity on the sides. Very ergonomic. I mean, it's a perfect fit for your fingers when you have it on your firearm. There's your Velcro, two-part Velcro. This piece stays on the power strip right there. This piece you'll stick on your bow or your firearm, your projectile slinger. And then when you need it, you know, you can take it off. You can leave the power strip, leave this part attached. If you're only going to be using that particular projectile device for night hunting, you can leave this part attached. Now, to change it back normal, back over to regular use mode, unscrew this. That's all it is. That is it right there. Throw that back in that nice box they provide. Here's your power button. And there's an O-ring on this piece right there, and there's an O-ring on the other one. And you have 2 extras. Make sure to turn that until it stops. Don't over tighten it or you'll blow your O-ring. Now we are back in action. Hold it down, and the increase and decrease, let me see if I can shine it on me where you can see, is this knob. You turn the knob, see it getting brighter? Change it to green, change it to red. To lower the intensity, turn the knob the opposite direction and it will lower it. To turn it off, press the button. To power it on, you press and hold. Boom, and it's on. Takes about 2 seconds. What a beautiful light, an amazing little light. You got 2 lanyard loops here to hook your lanyard to. I don't use a lanyard because I keep it in my pocket. This is what controls your focus. You turn this joker. One way to dial it into a little low spotlight mode, you turn it the opposite direction to put it into flood mode. The flood mode, I don't use flood mode on any of my lights. The flood mode on this one I love. My stream light was right at $200. The flood mode is useless. When you open the flood mode on the stream light, it's bright in the center and it fades out quite quickly. This thing right here, whatever intensity it's putting out in the very dead center of the beam, when you have it in flood mode, it's the same intensity out at the edges. It's even. The whole beam is a perfect circle. It's a beautiful light. There's the company's name, Brinyte. This is the model, the T28 Artemis. There's your color selector. Green, white, and red. And what a beautiful light. I mean, just a very, very nice light. And it is aluminum. Everything's aluminum on it, except for your lens. Your lens is plastic, so try to protect that. You know, you don't want to intentionally hit anything with it. Don't want to scratch it. It may affect how your beam looks. It's not going to break it, but it'll affect. You won't have that big, beautiful beam when you're shining it out there. You may have a distortion in it. I'm not going to scratch it to see what it does. It's just an amazing light. This Brinyte T28 right now is my favorite light. I love it. And this one I would absolutely recommend to all of you out there. Any of you that need a flashlight for any reason at all. I would not use it indoors because of how bright it is. It's incredibly bright. You can light up an entire room, a garage, whatever. If you got it in flood mode and you turn the power on, it looks like daylight if you crank the the light intensity up. But that's it, you guys. I wanted to share with you how to mount it on your projectile slinger or your bow. Just using terminology because YouTube will flag you, because for some reason calling something a GUN, it makes YouTube really upset. They get very angry about that. So don't do that. But anyhow, you guys, if you're interested in getting one, you want to get you a light, the light this, or any of the other lights that they offer on their website. I have the link for their website in the description below. There's also a discount code. That code is for all of you. So if you go to buy one, if you want to get one of these for yourself or for a loved one for Christmas, check in the description below, and the link is there, as well as a discount code. There's our little lanyard we can put on the light. The lanyard goes on the very end. Those two little holes I'll showed you by the power button. There's your 2 extra O-rings that they provide. And I will be picking up a few more O-rings, because to charge this, that's one thing I have not showed you. Let me show you that right now before I forget. To charge this light, the T28 Artemis by Brinyte, remove the end cap. That's where your power button is, your control button. Take this off. All right, you're going to have to do this every time you charge it. That's why they give you extra O-rings. Has 1 battery. This battery is a rechargeable, I believe it's lithium. It is lithium-ion battery with protection circuit in the anode. It is a 21700. There's your information on the actual battery. I hope that's not backwards. It looks backwards to me on camera. I hope it's not. There's your Type-C plug. So when you go to charge this battery, now I run it down last night. I did not run it down until it cut off, but I used it. I charged it when I first got it. It took about 12 minutes to charge it. Last night, I used it for probably 45 minutes straight on high power and trying to film the night modes, and it was just over and over. I kept having to redo it. And when I charged it, it took about 30 minutes to fully charge it, and I think it was close to being dead. Here's your power charging cord that they provide. It is USB Type-C. It goes right there in the battery like that. When you plug it in, you'll have a red light will show up under this white ring around the top. It's under it. It'll light up red. You can absolutely see it. There's no guessing where the light indicator, the charging indicator is. When it's fully charged, that light turns green. It's either red or green. If it's red, it's charging. It's green, it's fully charged. Very simple, very user-friendly. This is the easiest light to use. Charge the battery, throw it in, power it on, pick which mode you want, and crank the whatever intensity you need. Very simple. I love this light, and I'll tell you, if I had the money to do it, if I were a wealthy fella and I had the money, even if I wasn't wealthy, if I had the money, period, I would buy one of these for every one of you out there. This is one of the most incredible lights that I personally have ever owned, and I love this thing. Brinyte will be sending me more different styles of lights to do a test on, a review on for everyone. Anytime that I'm reviewing anything from Brinyte or any other corporation or company, the only thing I ever ask in return of the company that I'm working with, that I'm collaborating with, is that they provide a discount code for my YouTube family, all of you guys and gals. So if I'm reviewing an object, an item, a product, whatever you want to call it, if I'm doing a review on one, there should be a discount code below the item. If the item, product that I'm reviewing if it's just not worth, if it's a bad item, if it's just a sorry build quality, bad quality, it's just poorly made, you're not going to see the review here. So anything, if you don't like watching reviews, if there's an item that you're interested in and you find that I have the review on my channel here at Standing Goats Rescue, you can pretty much be assured it's at least decent. Most of the stuff I've reviewed this year has been really good. I've been really pleased. The last 10 items or so has been really, really good equipment. But if you don't want to watch the review, just check the description for that particular review. And in the description will be the link where you can find that item and a discount code. There's a couple of them that we've done that are promotional codes, so I'm sure they've probably already ran out. But all of them have a code under them for you to use. Some of them, they have an online store and then they have an Amazon store. A couple of the items, the discount code does not work on the Amazon store, but it does work on their online store. And then some of them are the other way around. It doesn't work on their online store, but it works on Amazon. I don't understand any of that, but this one has a discount, and that will be in the description. Please take advantage of it. Christmas is coming up. Think about your loved ones, your friends and family, anyone that you know, including yourself, that would like to get a really nice light. It comes in a very nice box. It is just a box. It's not wood, but it's a very, very nicely built box. It's got a magnetic lid on it. It's got heavy foam here to keep your light stored nice and safe so it doesn't fall out. Here's a little cardboard box here for your attachments and stuff. And when you close it up, the magnets make for a solid close. Well, if I get it all the way down. But yeah, when you they hold it. And if you turn it upside down like this, I'm trying to hold it where you can see I'm not holding the lid. It does not open on you and dump your light out. The magnets hold. That's it for this review. A phenomenal light. Definitely recommend you guys getting this one without a doubt. Well worth the money, regardless of what the price is. Well worth the money. It is absolutely comparable with my stream light. This one's better. The flood mode is much better. My stream light does not offer red and green. I use red and green often, very often. Hunting season, almost every day of the week I use it. Guys, I'm going home. I got things to do today. Thank you for watching this review. Thank you, Brinyte, for sending this over for us to check out. If you guys are interested in another fine product by Brinyte, hope you get yourself one. You won't regret it. I'll see you guys soon. God bless each and every one of you. Be kind, be blessed, and whatever you do, be safe. And I'll see you guys down the road. Bye-bye.